Right, we are just a little bit early, but just give you a second to sort yourself out. But we can start. I'm happy. Are you both happy to start now? Yeah? Yeah. Right, let me just get on to the... Okay, order. I will call Sonia Kumar to move the motion and I will call the Minister to respond. There will not be an opportunity for the member in charge to wind up. It is a convention for 30-minute debates. Order. Sonia Kumar to move the motion.
Thank you, Chair. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship. It's an honour to introduce this debate. Today, I want to talk about the importance of high quality and accessible childcare in the Black Country, a region that's rich in history, resilience and community spirit. The Black Country, with areas like Dudley at its heart, has always been a place where working families thrive and where communities are built with hard work and strong values. Yet these families to strive need support, and childcare is a crucial part of the network for this. This isn't just a family issue, it's also an issue of the children's future in Dudley, our community strength and our local economy. Good, affordable childcare supports parents in the workforce, boosts child development and helps the foundation for a stronger society. As of June 2024, Dudley has 45 registered childcare providers offering around 1,126 places for children under 8. Yet, despite these numbers, much of the Black Country, including Dudley, is classified as a childcare desert. Families in the Black Country have long supported each other through community efforts, but now face a lack of critical childcare options. With only 17 places per 100 children in Dudley, these figures fall far below the national average of 25 per 100. Imagine if every time you needed childcare, 3 out of 4 doors you tried were shut. This lack of access leaves parents with fewer options, waiting longer, forcing them to make tough decisions about work and family care. The Black Country early years education sector faces unique challenges, especially for children with special education needs and disabilities. According to YMCA, reports over a third, that's 34% of children in the Black Country settings, need additional support significantly higher than the 13% most affluent areas of the UK. Yet there's a shortage of resources and SEND assessments and funding, which limits the vital one-on-one and specialist care. Without these early interventions, many children risk falling behind and underscoring the need that's more targeted in our community. Yeah, I'm happy to take that.
Can I commend the Honourable Lady for bringing this forward, and she's right to underline and point out the issues which are pertinent to her constituency, as they are to other ones as well. One of the important ones is those autistic children with speech therapy issues, and the one-to-one that's needed in nurseries and childcare as well. Does the Honourable Lady agree that there needs to be a special priority or special position given to those particular circumstances where those children who need the care early, and by getting it early, then gets them in a stage where they can do their schooling and for future life?
I agree with my honourable friend. I think actually intervention is so necessary at the early ages. If we have intervention early, we can catch children and be able to help their development future as they move on to early years into schools. And if we help with development, then obviously, of course, we can make sure that they can succeed in the future. So I agree with the honourable gentleman. Now, it's not just about the availability of care, it's also about the quality of care. Quality is not just critical as availability. Among 28 local providers inspected by Ofsted, only 7% received an outstanding rating compared to the national average of 14%. Whilst most providers rated good, Dudley still lags behind the national quality standards, and since 2022, rising costs have strained early years funding, making it difficult for childcare providers to maintain higher standards. Labour's commitment to increase funding and expand access to vital services and providing access to providers to care is actually essential for families that they deserve and need. These childcare challenges are even more tougher with rising poverty and inequality. In Dudley, child poverty rose from 22% in 2014 to 32% in 2023, whilst across the UK the rate rose from 15% to 20% over the same period. For my local families under financial pressures, finding affordable childcare is significantly challenging. Department for the Education from 2023 shows that while 72% of mothers are working, nearly half of the non-working mothers say they would work if they had access to convenient and affordable childcare. For families with children under 4, this number rises to 54%. With limited childcare options, many parents, particularly mothers, are forced to stay outside of work, and according to family stresses in the community, they say that this would limit the local economy itself. First, we pledge to offer free quality childcare for children aged 2 to 4, which will help parents manage cost and allow more people to return to work. I welcome Labour's promise to open 300 more nurseries within the year and using empty school classrooms to meet the needs for more childcare spaces that are very much needed in places like Dudley in the Black Country. By covering up to 80% of childcare costs for qualifying families, Labour's plan to offer meaningful relief for working parents and which will help build a foundation for support for children in the future. Investing in early years education isn't just for families, it's a benefit to the entire economy. Studies show that universal childcare brings more parents, especially mothers, into the workforce, generating tax revenues that can help cover programme costs. The Centre of Progressive Policy estimates that inadequate childcare access costs the UK around 1% of GDP a year. Imagine the positive effect this will have in places like Dudley if more parents could work in affordable and reliable childcare that was in place. Research from Ofsted highlights the significant role of early years education plays in long life learning and development. The Best Start in Life reports outline 4 critical areas: literacy, mathematics, understanding the world, expressive arts and design that provide young children with a foundation academic and personal success. As we look to the future, I urge the Minister to prioritise childcare reform and ensuring that this matches local need. And I ask the following: how will the government address the persistent childcare deserts in areas like Dudley, where places fall below the average? With child poverty rising, what specific measures will the government put in place to ensure that families in financial hardship can access childcare, and especially in places like Dudley? And how will the government support childcare providers facing inflation-driven costs that which increase and continue to burden on providing good quality care? And can the Minister visit the constituency of Dudley to see what the child provisions are and where there are areas of improvement could be made? Now, we need a childcare system that strengthens our communities, supports our economy and ensures that every child has a chance to succeed. Quality depends on not just on childcare, but also the accessibility for families, but not for those that can afford it, but those that need it most. By investing in early years education, we're investing in a stronger, more resilient future for the Black Country and my constituency of Dudley. Let's work together to make quality childcare a reality for every family, giving each child the foundation they need to thrive and each parent the support they deserve. Thank you.
The question is that this House consider the quality and availability of childcare in the Black Country. Minister.
Thank you, Chair. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship, Mr Twigg, and I thank my honourable friend for Dudley for securing a debate on this important subject, especially on such a busy day in the House. I know that already she's a real champion for children and young people in her constituency. This government believes that all children, regardless of who they are, where they come from or their parents' income, deserve access to high-quality early education. This mission-driven government has committed to the Best Start in Life pillar, reinforcing the importance of available and affordable high-quality early years education and childcare. Now, the new government is committed to delivering the childcare entitlements families have been promised, giving every child the opportunity to have the best start in life. Local authorities and early years providers have worked diligently to deliver the latest expansion of entitlements in September, and already over 320,000 parents are accessing a place. Over the weekend, we confirmed £1.8 billion to support the expansion to 2025-2026, with a further £15 million of capital funding to expand school-based nurseries. Eligible working parents of children aged 9 months are currently entitled to 15 hours per week over 38 weeks a year of government-funded childcare. From September next year, this will increase again to 30 hours, but we have to be honest with parents in the Black Country and across the country about the scale of this final, more challenging phase. Around 70,000 additional places and 35,000 early years educators will be needed to deliver the expansion to 30 hours next September. Our analysis tells us that over half of local areas need to increase their capacity by between 10% and 20% to meet the demand for next September, with the highest uplift in some of the most disadvantaged areas. And we will continue to work tirelessly to bridge the gaps ahead of next September, but in some parts of England where parents may receive the hours that they were promised, they might not get their first choice of nursery or childminder. Now, I know from my engagement with councils that local authorities are working hard to generate growth in both available places and having the workforce that they need. My department has regular contact with each local authority in England to discuss the sufficiency of childcare places and issues that they are facing, linking them with the organisation contracted by the department, Childcare Works, to support them where needed. Now, turning to the specifics on the issues raised in today's debate, the size and quality of early education and childcare provision in the Black Country is significant. Across Dudley, Sandwell, Walsall and Wolverhampton, there are around 770 providers, providing approximately 32,000 places. And I know my honourable friend will be pleased to know that local authorities in the Black Country area are not reporting any issues with their sufficiency. As she rightly states, high-quality early years education plays a crucial role in improving children's life chances. It's been a positive impact on children's outcomes in the short and long term, particularly for the most disadvantaged. And under this government, growing the early years education system will not come at the cost of quality. We've already announced the extension of the Early Years Stronger Practice Hubs programme until at least March 2025, with a continued focus on supporting children from disadvantaged backgrounds. And in July, this government committed to extending funding evidence-based early language interventions in primary schools so that every child can find their voice. We'll also drive up standards in early maths education, increasing quality of provision. And following consultation with strong support from the sector, we have published our response to proposals to strengthen safeguarding requirements in the statutory early years foundation stage framework. Now, the department will implement all the proposals, including those on safer recruitment, child absences, safer eating, safeguarding training and paediatric first aid training. Additionally, new proposals on providing employment references and supporting whistleblowing will be introduced. Now, these changes are set to be implemented from September 2025 and will formalise existing best practices, ensuring that all early years educators have the knowledge and support that they need to deliver safe, high-quality early education and childcare. So in conclusion, Mr Twigg, I'd like to say thank you to my honourable friend for Dudley for tabling this important debate and for her valuable contributions. The government will continue to work hand in hand with the sector to deliver an early years system that gives every child a firm foundation, setting them up for the next stages in life. Thank you.
The question is that this House has considered the quality and availability of childcare in the Black Country. As many of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Of the contrary, no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Order, order. The sitting is suspended until 2:30 p.m.